then that should also theoretically look like it's about the right size. I just want to see it. I want to see it on the... yeah, that also looks okay. Okay. So, I guess let's do this thing. Is anyone else excited to do this thing? I am. I definitely am. Because it's been a long time since I've been able to stream. I've missed it. Oh, and it dawns on me that I am missing one... Oh, and I punched my microphone. Take that, microphone. I'm missing one thing that I want to have, to not be missing. But luckily, I have it on my phone, because I'm that kind of tool. Alright, so I guess, though, while I'm looking for it, we can go ahead and get started. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and disable the preview in OBS, because I don't need that, because I already see how it looks. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nabil. I hope you know that, because you're watching me do stuff. And today we're gonna do a flight that I know a lot of people have been really looking forward to. And it's unfortunate that I haven't been able to give you this flight until now. We are going to fly the new X737 from EADT, and we're going to fly it from New Orleans to Houston. And I just need my manual. Where's my manual? There we go. I think that's the right one. Yes, no, yes, there we go. Okay, now I have all the things I need lined up and ready to go. So, if you recall, I'll give you a brief history here. This plane came out about 2 weeks ago. And when it came out, there was a problem with the FMC. It's not really a problem with the UFC or the FMC, UFC, the FMC. The problem was rather that the license, I was still waiting for it, and so the FMC wasn't working. And without the FMC, this plane is fun and interesting, but not terribly useful, you know. So I'm actually gonna see if I can pop my chat out. Pop out chat. No, can't pop it out. Okay. Ha! There it is. I can pop it out. Oh, is it in front of the screen? There we go. Okay. So, where the hell was I? We were talking about something, is it? And I don't actually want to see the video. Okay. Anyway, the FMC is... I didn't have a license for it, and when I got the license, within, 12 hours of getting the license, I tested the FMC a little bit, and then I was given a new gaming computer as a birthday present, which, happy birthday to me. But then I realized that there was something wrong. No, wrong is the wrong word. It didn't record the way I wanted to. It was super, super stuttery. Even though it's smooth playing the game, watching the recordings, watching the streams, it was always super, super, super sketchy. It was just very jittery. It was nauseating. So I spent a couple of weeks actually working through the issue, and I have. So now we get to have the actual inaugural flight for the X737, and so we're going to do that today. This is going to be a relatively short flight. New Orleans to Houston is only about an hour and 10 minutes, I think. Let me actually look up my briefing. My briefing says we are going to be in the air for... that's the speed, that 52 minutes, actually. And yet somehow it thinks we can get to 34,000 feet? That seems unlikely. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop in the plane, and let's get this thing ready for at least pushback. We have some ground operations that we need to do, and the first one, I love this effect, by the way. Bloop, you flop on the battery, and then the cockpit just gets beautiful. This is a fantastically well done cockpit. You already have fuel, so you shut your lily mouth. Yep, and there's our 7,000 kilograms of fuel. And now we're going to go ahead and fire on the APU. And just as an aside, there's a there's a commercial that I saw last night. It's for Qantas, the Australian airline, and they did a drag race with Tesla, with a car. And in it, you know, you're watching the stuff, and most, I guess most commercials just sort of play lip service to the fact that it's, you know, commercials or movies or anything, that it's an airplane. So they just sort of flip random switches to make things happen. In that one, you actually watched the captain start the APU. Like, you could tell it was this switch. So it's just cool to see that. The inside frame rate is not doing fantastic things today. This is a pretty heavy plane. It's certainly heavier than it was when I had a 2-day cockpit. 5, there we go. And I have things. I have all of the things. Alright. So now that the APU is APUing, I'm going to go ahead and turn these off. There we go. And now we have real internal power. That's good. We're going to go ahead and turn on our... There we go. Strobe ready light is to... Strobe and steady. Good, there we go. So now our strobe is on. And what else do I want to look at? Part of the problem here is, there we go. I need a third monitor. 2 isn't enough. Let's go ahead and turn on our, well, no, we'll leave the fuel pumps off for now. There's all kinds of things that you can do in this, and ultimately, though, it flies like an airliner, because it is one. So, you know, all of the things that you would normally do in an airliner, you do in this airliner. So, you know, the pitot heat we turned on, the window heat we turn on. I'm going to go ahead and set the air con. We'll turn on the APU bleed so that we can turn on the ACs. There you go, and now people are happy. Oh, and we need the recirc fans. Interestingly, the recirc fans are, they're what run all of the pressurization stuff, so without it, bad things happen. Once you get up to altitude, people start to suffocate. Okay, so we've got all of that on. Now, at this point, we are theoretically almost ready to push back. I mean, this is a really simple airliner. It's, you know, it's not the 727. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at the FMC. And this is what we've been waiting for. So, let's go ahead and pop that up, and let's do us, you know, I've got, see, current data. Let's go ahead and initialize our position. Now, our reference airport, can we actually type in this now? I don't think so, but KIA, yeah. No, don't fucking bring up other windows, that's not what I want. So we're at KIAH. Boy, I hope this music isn't too loud, because it dawns on me that I can hear it. There we go, KIAH. Do we have a gate number here? Nope, no gate number, so we're gonna assume that we are at gate... I don't know enough about Houston Intercontinental, so I'm just gonna say no gate. And our route, our destination is... oh no, I did that wrong. That is not my destination. In it... shit, route. Origin is KMSY. I almost fucked that one up. L Airport. That's not what I expected to see. Can I reset this? Index. Yes. Initialize. Now it should be completely... There we go. Reference airports. KMSY. I may have made a mistake, but I'm glad I caught that before we took off, because the plane would then fly to Houston, turn around, and fly back. And that would be bad. L Airport. Does it really not have the short for that? No, the short name? Well, KIAH. Alright, flight number is UAL. This is a real flight, 230. KL230. Runway. Now that's an interesting question because I haven't looked at the weather at all. So let's actually take a look at the weather here. ATIS is 12755. 127 and 55. I like the knobs in this plane. Some of them are bad, but in this plane, I like them.
Louis Armstrong, New Orleans International Airport Information Oscar. 1300 Zulu
Runway
weather.
01.
Sky conditions 6200 overcast. Visibility more than 10. Temperature
2992. Nice, I'll take it.
Wind calm.
Is that real
Altimeter
weather?
2992.
Nope.
Arriving and departing runway 01.
Download right now. I need
Advise
new weather.
on initial
I need real
contact
weather.
you have Oscar.
Let's try that again. Do you not have an updated MEDAR for me yet, there, buddy?
Louis Armstrong, New Orleans International Airport Information Oscar. 1300 Zulu
3007.
weather.
That's better.
Sky conditions 25,000 scattered.
And
Visibility
that's
10.
up to date for me?
Temperature
Take
25.
it. All right.
2.16.
So now I don't need
Wind
you anymore. You can shut your mouth.
0305.
Thank you very
Altimeter
much.
3.
And we'll activate that. Now, this is the part that I suck at. Departure. We're taking off on runway 01. And there's no SID here. But our arrival to KIAH is going to be via Gilco 3, or Gilco 4, excuse me. And what should we expect for a runway there? Let's take a look at the MEDAR. Alright, the TAF. 4 knots from the southwest. Where's the actual raw here? There we go. 220. Yeah, 220 is 04 knots. Okay. So that I can work with. So 220, next page. Alright. I'll take ILS 26. That works for me. No transfer. Let's execute that. And let's take a look at our flight plan. Route. There we go. Is this all set? Nope. Runway 01. Exact. I don't know how it is that I always get this wrong, but I do always seem to. Departure. Runway 01. There we go. Execute. Arrival. Gilco. Active. Alright, there we go. Transfer. So, Gilco. Huh, let's see, what is in Gilco 3? Oh wait, no, we're going via JPEG. This I do know. There we go. Now I can execute that. Now that should all be in my route. There we go. Taking the Gilco 4 to runway 26, and that's the whole thing for this flight, because there's not a whole lot of steps in this one. Let's see, is there anyone in the chat? No, good, okay. Not great, but it's fine. Okay, so now we have all of that plugged in. There's more we need to do. Let's take a look at our zero fuel weight, which is there. Reserves should be, I think, 01. cost index will be 10. And then, let's see, this is expecting 4,000 feet. Is that doable? Actually, the transfer, 18,000. There we go. Zero fuel weight, reserves, cost index. The cruise wind. Do I really care about the cruise wind? I'm supposed to. Let's see. I've got my wind map somewhere here on the other screen. Let's see. Winds. The winds at 34,000 feet, which is about where they're having us climb to, is, let's see, JPEG is the midway point. It is 301 at 32. So 301/32. And if you're wondering where I'm getting all of this information, okay, it's not going to do it, that's fine. All of this information is coming from SimBrief, which is fantastic, and if you're not using it, you should, because it's great. Let's see, we're gonna climb, and yeah, we're good there. Take off. We're gonna set our flaps. We're gonna do a flaps 5 takeoff, I think. Flaps 5 takeoff, and I'm okay with these V speeds. Gross weight takeoff. That all looks good. All right, so now we really are ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and set our altitude to 34,000 feet. There we go. I wouldn't expect the Airbus to be able to do that, but I guess we're not on an Airbus, so I don't need to worry about it. There we go. On that. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and begin the process of starting these engines. Before we do, I love how pretty this airplane is. Alright, back inside. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our fuel pumps. Watch the lights go out. There we go. And yaw damper is good, VHF is good, all that stuff is good. Take a look at our batteries. They're not being used much because everything should be running off the APU. There we go. APU is doing stuff. Let's brighten up my panel a little bit. Let's see, I'm okay with the internal lights here, I think. We don't want to. I mean, I do actually really want to fry everyone with the radar, but I'm not going to because it's mean. Alright, I'm basically okay with everything right now. Flight altitude will be 340 feet. Flight level 340. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn on the ignition for the left engine, put it in ground start mode. I do have the parking brake on. And now we're going to watch this slowly spool up. Oh wait, am I? I may have it in ground start mode, but that doesn't mean that I have the bleed on. Oh. And I need to turn off the pack. There we go, packs are off. There we go, and now it's starting to spool up. Now, most airplanes, they tell you to, apply power when it gets to 2.5. Quite frankly, I'm not sure I've ever seen this airplane actually make 2.5. Usually... Oh wait, you know what? Yeah, it does. I'm being a dum-dum. There we go. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, and add fuel. Also, in case you're wondering, the reason that we're not pushing back first before we do this is because this doesn't come with a pushback utility, and I haven't bought like ground handling deluxe. I know I'm a tool, but that's why. And so we're actually going to do a power back, which is against the rules for just about everywhere. We just don't have a choice. So that's what we're going to do. Alright. And the engine spooled up and is coming back down. I'm pretty happy with that, so let's go ahead and turn on that generator. And I think we can turn off the APU. Turn that one on. There we go, we have electricity. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to open the isolation valve. Actually, I think we can do this from auto. Engine 2 bleed is on. So we're going to go ahead and put engine 2 in ground start mode. There we go. And we should be able to see this start slowly spooling up. I don't like this song. I need to remove the death metal from this, because I just don't like it. Oh, and I hope that didn't make it into the screen, but if it did, oh well. Anything is better than death metal, I think. You're not spooling up as quickly as I would expect you to. That's okay. Auto throttle isn't doing anything. I know it's not. Surprise! I haven't started you yet. Let's see, and I actually need to set my indicated airspeed to V2, which is 140. There we go. Alright, and we are at 2.5. Introduce fuel to the engine. And it does engine-y things. Alright, we're just letting that spool up while it does. I love this airplane. You're so pretty. So pretty. Huh. I just realized that the roof uses the same texture as the tarmac here. This is a relatively good scenery. I mean, it's free and like, let's take a look at it. And there's quite a bit in it, and it's free, so I'm okay with that, you know. That's pretty nice for the cost. Even for, you know, a little bit of money, it's probably worth it. So being able to get it for my flight director turned off, flight director on, auto throttle armed, flight director 2 is on. Alright, so now everything is started, everything is running, everything is good. We're going to put the ignition on both. That works for me. We're going to turn on our taxi lights. We're going to turn off our APU. We're going to go ahead and turn on these packs now. We can put you back to auto. We're going to turn off the APU bleed. We're going to leave these on though, because we do need the engine bleeds to run basically everything else. Trim air is on. I don't actually know what trim air is. It counts on me. There we go. Turn on the voice recorder, even though it's automatic. Alright. Everything else... Oh, I need to turn that generator on. The APU generator is completely off. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that generator 1 is doing things. It is. Generator 2 is also doing things. Slowly ramping up. That works for me. Alright, and I think we're good to go. So, should we blind this guy? No, we're not going to turn on our... We've got our taxi lights on. We probably don't need our landing lights on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down my toe brakes, remove the parking brake. I'm okay with everything here. Oh, we need to set this to standby. It is. And we're just going to pick random stuff. There we go. Random stuff. That works. Okay, and now we have to do something that I hate to do, but we're going to do anyway. First. So we're taking off on runway 01, which is basically right behind us. So let's see, let's see if we can find us. Runway 01 is right there. That's real far. Fantastic. Runway 01 is my favorite. So we are going to do a power back, which is not a good thing, usually. So you can see I've opened up the reversers, I've got the brakes off, I'm applying just a little bit of throttle. Of course, in real life, this is done with some turboprops, but I don't think it's ever really done with jets like this. Like I said, I don't have an option, so I'll have to buy ground handling. I don't like the freeware tugs. I know I'm being a spoiled brat, but damn it, I want it to be excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the engine. We'll take it out of reverse thrust mode. Give it just a little bit of thrust to slow us down. I don't want to use the brakes because I don't want to rock this backwards. There we go. A little bit of brake, and we'll hop back inside, and we will begin the longest taxi job ever. Actually, probably going to go on a little bit longer. I really don't want to run into Southwest, because it turns out that is frowned upon. Alright, we'll go to flaps 5 while we're out here. And we are indicating flaps 1. Actually put it in flaps 5. Yep, indicator is in flaps 5. Actually, let's take a look at our takeoff trim. Takeoff trim suggested is trim 475, and we're a little bit short of 475, so let's go ahead and move our trim down. This will take a little while. I mean, we're inside the green, it's just... That's the noise that's supposed to make. Don't know why they haven't implemented it, but I can't be too upset. Again, considering the price. And there we go. We missed Southwest. Let's hop back inside. We have our 2 set from speed. We're going to do LNAV and VNAV real quick after taking off. Autopilot obviously isn't going to do anything yet. Flight directors are both on. Flaps are good. I think I'm basically happy. Go ahead and turn on our runway turn-off lights, even though we don't need them. Go ahead and turn on our logo light. Position to anti-collision light. Wheel well light and wing lights. Actually, we don't need the wing lights tonight. And let's go ahead and turn on all of our landing lights. Bloop. That's all of them. All of our pumps are on. You know what? I'll turn on the center tanks too. They'll complain about low pressure because there's no fuel in them. There you go. Yeah, I'm not surprised I don't have any fuel in them. This is a very short flight. And I'm basically happy with everything. So, we're slowly taxiing over. This is the slowest taxiing job ever. There we go. We're at 5 on the flaps, and yeah, we're basically good to go. We're set for takeoff. We're going to spool up just a little bit, and then we're going to slap the toga button right there. Actually, I wonder. Do I want to pause the stream and see if I can? I'm going to. Joystick and equipment, keys. Add new key assignment. Nope. X737, yoke, autopilot disengage, UFMC, nope. Overhead, electrical, let's see, thrust reverse, I like thrust reverse, but I've already got that one. What I want is toga toggle. Open that. That is really important. I want that to be this. Can I make it any of these buttons? I really want it to be a button on my guess I need to add a new key assignment. No, that's not what I want. Delete that key assignment. This, I want to be... Can I do it from, like, here? Yeah, I don't really have anything on my joystick that I want to be toga. I want it to be on my throttle. But I can't seem to get it to take... let's see. There should be a way to do this, I think. I feel like there's a way to do this. So I'm telling this buttons advanced. That's probably where it is. Toga open, and then I want that or that. Toga, toga, toga. Toga toggle. How about that? Yep. And then I'll pick that one. There we go. So that should do it now. I'm not going to push it yet, and worst case scenario, I'll just look down and do it. But let's go ahead and give ourselves just a little bit more throttle. The one thing I always forget to do is I don't want my auto throttle armed right now. Alright, we are at the hold short line, and I'm gonna ignore it today actually. So we're gonna go ahead and give it just a little bit more pepper. See if that toga button works, right? No other traffic. The traffic in general, not even cars. Shit. Give it a little bit more throttle. It's getting a little bit choppy. I'm still learning what this computer can and can't do, so please excuse the chop while I figure out what graphic settings to use and sort of all that jazz. Does auto throttle need to be on for Toga to work? Yes, it does. Okay. But it's doing its thing. And N1, take off, go around. And I'm going to ignore this. I'm going to bring it all the way up to 240. Enough for that. I can't see anything. We'll go up on the flaps. I just let go of the stick, which I shouldn't do. We'll go ahead and do vertical nav, lateral nav, command 1. We'll go ahead and let go of the stick. We'll go up the flaps. So it doesn't crash. What it's trying to do is achieve that speed before it climbs. Come on. not run into that. My gear didn't go up. There we go. Now my gear's going up. I don't know why airplane is being stupid today, but it is. So, there we go. Parking that on its own. And auto throttle, it should be able to take care of itself now. Alright, flaps are all the way up. And do its own thing. Why do you keep upping the speed? Do you not understand how transfer altitudes work, FMC? Yeah, it appears that it does not, so I'm going to go ahead and take over for it. We are in climb mode, and this is what we should be doing. We're going to do a max rate climb. I don't know why it's trying to make us go so fast. Speed 250. You're starting to freak me out there, autopilot. Why? You should be not going 300 knots, you should be going 250 knots. Right? Right, we can all agree that that is the case. So, delete 250. Delete 250 slash 10,000. That's not 10,000, that's 100,000. There we go. So, it has decided to do its own damn thing, I think. Let's go ahead and take a look at the progress. Well, I don't know why it's decided that it can go whatever the hell speed it wants, and that's okay. And I don't know why lateral navigation turned off, but that's okay, because it should be able to fix itself now. That way, camera over this way. Interestingly, through all of that, I doubt the people on board would have noticed that anything was going wrong. Maybe Toga is still engaged. I can't push the button to find out. Go ahead and turn off our landing gear. No, not down. We are headed to JPEG, which I love as the name of a place. We are climbing through the mark. Very good looking plane. Very good looking. And we're gonna go ahead and make that a little bit smaller. Waypoint 02. We should be in a gentle right bank. Why is lateral nav turning off all the time? I don't understand why. Why are you doing that to me, FMC? If you have a general idea of what it is I want to do, you know? And also, this isn't moving. Not on an intercept heading. Alright. Legs. That should do a direct JPEG. climb out to the marker. I think we should be leveling off soon. Or not leveling off, but leveling our wings. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of our retractable lights. We don't need those. We can retract them to make us faster. Right there. Little openings. I've never noticed that on the 737. They're like area lights. Much larger. What does that do? Oh, that's really cool. It shows us our climb profile. Hide this yoke. It's not being, there's no draw on it, which is why it's a 0. That's okay. There's no draw because we're heavily using the generators as we climb. Bat out of hell. I don't know why I picked 305 knots, but it decided to do it. We are climbing at 3,500 feet a minute, which I guess that's how it's going to make it up to 34,000 feet. Progress. Alright. Let's do stuff. JPEG. How far is our top of descent from our top of climb? Legs. Top of descent is... not bad. So we'll be at our cruise altitude for about 60 miles, which is to say not very long. So if 5 is looking here, I'd kind of like 2 to look here, I think. Control 2. And we'll go ahead and set our arrow to standard. We're close enough. kilograms of fuel an hour, which is fine since it's only an hour-long flight. We're actually, 4,000 kilograms of fuel an hour. We brought 7, so we're fine. But that's a lot of fuel. Random thing that I've noticed is that for some reason my screenshots look really bad big. I don't know why, but I do know that it bugs me, of course. I like screenshots. Maybe I can use thing now instead of doing it. Let's see. What is the screen screenshots button? That's yeah, so the overlay doesn't work. Yeah. That doesn't work. I really don't want to hit print screen. That's not the right way to do it. Let's see, what else have I got running on this machine right now? You know what? There'll be no screenshot. Maybe I have... We have clouds. We have clouds. This have a way to take a screenshot. Training, webcam, FPS, push the top, Control-Shift-C. Does that work? Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, we're still just climbing. Since I'm streaming this, I also can't, oh, Jesus. Apparently OneDrive will let me take a screenshot? That is not something I've seen before. Where does it put that? Interesting. Very interesting. Well, the good news is I take a screenshot. Bad news is I'm going to have to do some serious chopping to get to the show properly. Still, I will at least be able to put a, something. Be able to put a custom image on this video. Look at that fun. This is what I like about X-Plane. I wish I could get Skymax to work, but at the very least I can. Oh, it's decided to slow down? I was supposed to set this to RTO to take off as well. that's a thing. Let's see. How is it possible we're going to have 10,000 kilograms of fuel if I have to put in? Oh wait, is that minutes? How this thing does its math, because to me it seems like we're not going to get to 34,000 feet before we have to descend. Maybe maximum angle. And 14 nautical miles, huh? Maybe, I guess. Yeah, we're at 26, so we only have 7,000 feet to go. We're really, really, really putting it to these engines. Be a little bit excessive on these challenges. Probably not that efficient. Ground gas. Right, we're still climbing like a bat out of hell. Interior for this? I don't remember. Oh yeah, and it's not a great interior, but you bastard. Someone closed the curtain on me. Oh well. I apparently didn't like my peeping Tom routine. start. Top of our descent. The top of our climb. It's about time to start thinking about our descent. Would you believe I'm actually, like, eloquent sometimes? This is not that time. Video at some point, why don't you see what happens if you toggle the radio mid-flight? So the entire front of the airplane, the snow cone, flips up so you can work on the radar. And since you maybe don't do quite as realistic flights, you can try that. Tell me what happens, or post it on YouTube. How you hide the yoke. Very nice. Oh, nice. What cruise altitude is 340? Why are you asking me that? Long-range cruise. We'll do a damn bit of difference. That's sort of what we were going to do anyway. Or we can do normal cruise. Let's see, we've got brightness for the various display units. Brightness. Windshield air, foot air. Yeah, we have tons of fuel. Literally, 6,000 kilograms, tons of fuel. And that noise you hear is the trim changing. And we are now at a cruise. I wish I had real TRAs installed. I removed it because I wasn't sure if maybe that was part of what was causing the video issues. Obviously it's not, but I'll figure it out again. There was a thing that I pushed. Okay, buttons. Which button gets rid of this? That's not great. Button it was. I'm going to want to see more of this. It was the center button, okay. Right, and now we just sort of chill. We don't have a ton of time before the top of the descent, and when we get there, did we talk about where we were going to land? Arrival. So we said we were going to arrive on ILS 26. So let's go ahead and open up ILS 26. The chart for that, you can't see me doing it because I do it off screen, so I'm a bastard. ILS 26. Let me say left. ILS 26 left. Cat 2, Cat 3, download that. Alright, and for this approach, we are going to want to be at 2,000 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to 2,000 feet. And it's not going to do a damn thing until we get to the top of the descent. But since I have this set to 2,000 feet, it will just descend to 2,000 feet. That wobble going on. Well, it'll continue to wobble like that, just a little bit, until we get down into the approach, and then it will wobble a lot. And that's something with the autopilot. I'm not sure what it is. I do know that I've had, the only way I've been able to land this is to let the autopilot approach, and then once I get pretty close, turn off the autopilot, stabilize everything, and land by hand. Otherwise, things get crazy. And we are now over the Gulf. What's that? A tiny little bit of land. That wobble. I do kind of wish that wobble didn't exist. So EADT, I appreciate you guys making this plane and releasing it for free. But please also do spend a little bit of time on that wobble. I can't do it myself. I don't know how to make X-planes. X-plane planes. But I do know that the real 737 doesn't do that. And I do know that if I turn off the autopilot, it will do that. Oh, that's cool. Those are the brightness buttons. For the alternate instrument. MCP altitude is set. Why are you asking about it? Actually, it's the reason it's saying anything is because it's there to remind me that the MCP needs to be set for when I get to the top of the descent, which is coming in how long? Like, the top of descent is about 40 miles. Let's see how long. Next, early. So I've got early is before the top of descent. Alright, so I've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to go ahead and so I'm going to take this opportunity. Oh, hello VGFan80. I didn't realize anyone was in here. I think you might be the only person yourself. I appreciate the hello everyone, but you are overstating my popularity, I think. Your first live stream. Fantastic. Well, welcome to the party. You picked a really boring one, but you know that's on you, not me. We are. The flight attendant is calling me for something. I don't know what. Ignore it. 9.7. There we go. So we are flying. This is the EAGT X737-800. And we're doing a quick little hop from Bush Intercontinental to... Oh no, we're going the other way. From Bush. We're flying from New Orleans to Houston. In the United Eco Skies 737. And we're talking, so this is, I don't know if you are an X-Plane player or not, but this plane has only been out for a couple of weeks, and so it's fantastic, it's beautiful, everything is incredibly well modeled, the textures are pretty good, and it's free. This plane costs nothing. The FMC costs a little bit. But, oh, you thought you were flying the other way around, New Orleans to Houston. I am flying New Orleans to Houston, and I already mentioned that, and there's a little bit of lag in the chat, so when I talk about something and then you know, what are the words I'm looking for? I'll say something, you'll type something, and I won't see what you type for almost a minute. So when that happens, recognize I'm not ignoring you, there's not much I can do. X-Plane pilot, and you have the X737, fantastic. And I don't need to tell you about the quirks. It's a fantastic plane, but we get the autopilot wobble like it's starting right now, and then when I come in for my approach, I'm probably going to get a lot of wobble, because that's how it do. I will say that this airplane is fantastic, and I really like it. Although right now I think I like the A320 a little bit better. Obviously that's payware. So it's really difficult to make that comparison with a straight face, because, you know, I paid $60 for it, and I've paid nothing for the plane that I'm wearing now. And so it seems silly to make the comparison, but of course, in real life, they are competitors. They're direct competitors, and they are basically the entire field in this, you know, size. In the real world, I'm not sure I have a preference between the two. In-game, I think I will be and it's mostly because of this. Oh, okay. And I will not talk while I'm outside the airplane. Crap, what was I saying? And you didn't hear it. Oh, in the real world, the A320 and the 737, I'm not sure I care. I'm not sure I have a preference. But in-game, I certainly prefer the A320 right now. This is, you know, it's May of 2016. I'm sure a year from now or more, that may not necessarily be true. All right. Early. Ascent is 50 miles. And, okay. I actually don't know what that does. I'm still learning a bunch of the stuff here, so I'm going to go ahead and not... See, I don't want to descend now. I don't want to do a preemptive descent. Which A320? Yeah, I have the JAR A320. I don't... the Peter Aircraft, I think that's what it's called, he makes planes that are, from everything I read, the systems there are fantastic, and I'm sure that the people that have them love them. But I need me some eye candy. It needs to be prettier than what he's been able to manage so far. I need better textures, I need better models. Systems are great, but this is what makes me feel like I'm here. You know, I don't want to have to flip every switch. I'm glad to do it, and it doesn't hurt my feelings, but it's the looking. Which I think is part of why I dislike that the 737 has the wobble button. The wobble buttons. outside, but apparently y'all can't hear me, so I won't do that right now. And to be fair, usually I turn down the engine sounds and stuff, but do I have the XEG 737? You know what? I don't. I've been really seriously debating whether or not to buy it. The biggest reason that I haven't bought it is because I wanted to see what I would think of this 737. The XEG is beautiful, and the honest truth is that I'm almost certainly going to end up buying it, but I don't have it yet. And there are a lot of people, I've read all the reviews, I've watched a ton of the videos, and the XEG looks beautiful. It looks fantastic, and it's supposed to have great frame rates. I wanted to know, how this would compare, because I suspect that even though the XEG is more feature complete, the 800 is more modern, and I assume that would make me happier, at least in the short run, and certainly the price made me happier. So, I guess that's a long way of saying no, I don't have it, and yes, I'm probably going to. Legs. JPEG. I'd like you to cruise just a little bit faster than that. Thank you very much. I can probably cruise for 13 knots. Which will be .77. Even though I like the classic, the NG is your favorite. Yeah, I can understand that, certainly. I wonder what this is going to do to my descent, actually. By bumping up the speed, that should have moved the top of my descent back towards me. Although it doesn't necessarily need to, because with the autopilot moving out the throttle, and everything else, you just decide it wants to slow down first. Yep, and now, okay, it's beginning the bank, JPEG, centering. Okay, we're headed to Gurley. Over there. Very, very round lake. I wonder if that's what it's actually called. Very, very round lake. It should be. I like this song. Although I feel like it's been playing for a really long time. How long is this song? I guess if I'm paying attention to what you're saying, I should turn down my desktop audio, because that's a little bit less important. So why don't there, how's the volume on that? I've turned it down about halfway. I can turn it down a little bit more if I need to. This lets me do the outside views that I love so much, because let's be honest, that doesn't suck. That sucks zero. Back inside and wait the required 40 seconds. Much better. Fantastic. And while I'm thinking about it, can you hear the music playing in the background? Although right now I might be between songs. There we go. How's the volume for the background music? See, I like to get my viewers involved. I don't expect you to be able to hear the music over the engine noise, but sort of when we're in the cockpit, I guess I'd like you to be able to. Timer. Go. Oh, Local time. Nice. Chronograph. Go. Feels like longer than a second. Not so much anymore. Alright. Maybe if I turn the music up to, like, here? How's that? You can still hear the music, but it's not that loud. I'd like you to be able to hear it, just not as much as me. And, you know. Yeah. And if you guys were really interested in the music, you would just, you'd get a subscription to Epidemic Music, you know? Now you can hear the music fine. Fantastic. It's all about getting things correct. Just playing around with buttons now. ET, I don't know what that does. Hold. Chronograph reset. Fantastic. And our top of descent is in Girly +2. Girly +2. And double check the pressure. That looks good to me. And pressure differential limit, takeoff and landing, 1.25, or excuse me, 0.125 psi. I love the detail on these things. Oh. Something just ringing? No, I don't think so. Now, I guess the real question is, am I going to be able to do an auto land with this today? Yeah, I hear like a ringing. I'm not sure what it is. I may be losing my mind, or it might be part of the music. I maybe forgot to turn on my transponder. Alright. Take a look straight ahead. Outside. What was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, the auto land. So every time I've attempted to do a landing with this airplane, it's been 2 or 3 times now, you know, the approach will be fine. It'll line up fantastically well on the runway, and then it will spend, you know, the entire approach phase wobbling back and forth, doing the banking thing. And I hope it doesn't do that this time, because, you know, I'm streaming it and I want it to not do that. .03 to Kugel, then Wold, then Draft, then Gilco. Ooh, I didn't look this all the way through. Kearns, and Jepney. Okay, good. Glad I took a look at that. That could have been real bad. It's amazing to think about it. I'm going 400 miles an hour. 400 miles an hour. And it doesn't look like I'm moving at all. Hardly. And I know it's, you know, it's an effect of perspective and of altitude. It's in distance. It's just, it's weird to think about the fact that humans, you know, tiny little meat puppets, have figured out how to fly thousands of times higher than they are tall in metal tubes connected to giant fans. wonder what those little veins are for. That's kind of cool. So you can see the switch positions. You can't see the information on these panels. Oh, and are we... Yeah, we passed the top of descent. And that is why I like Boeings. One of the things I like about Boeings is that I don't have to do anything. How far we've come when it comes to flight. We started off by having two guys flying a handmade aircraft 12 feet or so off the ground. That aircraft was crazy too. I mean, first of all, if you look at the type of plane that they designed, it was let's see, air brakes. I probably don't need them. Now we have aircraft that can fly 40,000 feet off the ground, higher. We have aircraft that can fly, you know, skimming off the top of our atmosphere, if we're talking about like the SR-71. You know, just, I mean, you're an astronaut at that point. And the Wright Flyer, I mean, if you compare the Wright Flyer to most of the things that came after it, it was completely backwards, right? You've got a pusher prop. You have, you know, a canard configuration with sort of the main lifting surfaces in the back and the small stabilizers in the front. It's surprising, you know? This thing really, really wants me to slow down a lot during the descent. It drops me all the way down to 257 knots. I wonder if it does that for everyone else too. Yeah, and it's saying that I'm going to land at 250 knots. Let's see, descent. That's fine. Approach reference. Thank you. And that should... Take a look at my legs. It should modify those, I believe. Nope. Let's see. I know there's a way to do this. I've done it before. Descent. I'm okay with that. Progress. No. Approach. This. That. Execute. .7 is set. See, now there's talk of making an aircraft that can fly from New York to London in 2 hours. I know, and they've been talking about making something crazy like that for, you know, ever. For years and years and years and years. I would love to see it happen. Let's see, delete. Clear. That. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Again, this is only like my second flight with this. I may have to just go through and sort of set the speed myself. I prefer not to. Thrust limit, cruise, climb. Auto is activated. Index. Takeoff, approach. And I'll even take 30. Yeah, I really don't want it to land me at 250 knots. So I'm going to go ahead and punch these through. So that doesn't seem right to me. Delete. So I want to be at, let's see, what was my approach speed? I'll take 4116, given the choice. So, initial reference. Am I still descending? I am good. Index, approach. Legs. Next page. So I'll do 120 slash 250. It does seem a bit quick. 250 slash 00149. And I'll do Jepney at, say, 146 slash 2000. Nope. Slash 2000. And previous page at Kearns. I'll do 150 slash 3000. And at Gilco, I want probably 175 slash 0612. I'll take that. Execute this plan. You want to land on your belly with everyone dead on board. That is not my intention. That's that would be bad. I would prefer not to do that. And if we have to go around, I'm going to say that we're going to accelerate to 210 knots and climb to 3,000 feet. Oh, it's not going to let me. Okay. Well then, I'll just execute that and see what happens. Am I the only one that gets terrified when the FMC blanks out when you hit execute? That terrifies me. Alright, let's get our progress. Descent. Let's take a look at our legs. So we should be at flight level 2000, or excuse me, yeah, flight level 200, 203. When we get to Kugel, so we're doing okay there. And this is very jaunty music. You guys like this? You know what? I want to be at 190 at DAF. 190 slash. Whoa, 600 feet. That's not gonna work for me. 19066. We're gonna go ahead and fix this first. 150 slash 0600. That's a little bit better. And now I want to be at 190 slash 089. 50's fine. Oh, okay, at 10,000 at DAF. Clear. 99. Stop trying to be smarter than the FMC. You couldn't figure out the damn speeds, so I win. Pay attention. Actually, you know what? I could probably make that 225. I think I'm happy with that. I really like these piano concertos. This isn't a concerto at all, but I like piano in general. How are we doing here? What are we looking at for times? Progress. We're going to be there at 16:22 Zulu, and that doesn't seem right. I think it's going to take us an hour to get there. Why? Well, because we're descending at almost no speed. That's why. Legs. We can descend here. Let's see, it wants to be there. We can do this much more quickly than that. We can descend at 290. Which New Orleans airport am I flying to? No, we're flying out of New Orleans. We flew from Louis Armstrong. Let's see, FL 198. Should allow us to go a little bit faster. Are you gonna go any faster? Let's go faster. Now remember, we're on our way to Houston. Houston. From New Orleans. Yeah, okay, that is the title of this. I was like, did I screw that up? Which, to be fair, I do almost every time. You know what, auto throttle, you can take over, but I want to do it myself. Speed. Speed, 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 speed. Speed intervention, there we go. I want to go 290 knots right now. You can still descend like a bat out of hell, but I'm going to tell you how fast to go. And I think I'm just going to tell it how fast to go the entire way. George Bush Intercontinental. Which, I don't know why, I love the name of George Bush Wow, that's a steep descent. I love the name George Bush Intercontinental because why couldn't you just call it International? Why not the same name as any, you know, like similar to another airport? Why does it have to be the Intercontinental? I don't know. I think it's a funny name. Like, we know that jets can go to other continents from Texas because South America is not that far. That is a just astonishing rate of descent. What's happening to our pressure here? Like, are people dying yet? Everyone's ears must be popping. Pop, 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 pop. In fact, are we close enough to the George Bush Intercontinental to get ATIS 12405? 124, did I say 05? Yes. I guess that's close. I didn't know you could have a 058. There we go. Alright, we are not close enough yet. And we are descending like a bat out of hell. And now, how long do you think the rest of this flight's going to take? Their little McDo. 16:25. You still think that, huh? But 16:25 is... Huh. My watch doesn't match anything that this is saying. International is supposed to mean the same continent, intercontinental in between. Huh. I didn't know that. That is, so because not everyone in the world is going to be able to see the chat messages once this goes live on YouTube. Not live. Huh. But once this becomes a video on YouTube, when it stops being a stream and starts being part of the record, VGFan80 just mentioned that international is supposed to mean international but on the same continent. Intercontinental is supposed to mean between continents. Which, I mean, that is what those words mean. It's just interesting that that means that the airport in Texas is right and all of the rest of them are wrong. That's just not something I would have expected. And actually, I need to probably, yeah, 'cause we're 5,000 feet above transition, or not transition, but I need to lower my speed down to, no, vertical nav, you still do your thing. I just want you to pay attention to the speeds that I set. Progress. Legs. Alright, so Wold is there, and at Wold we want to be at 11,000 less. Intracontinental means the same, means within the same continent. That is what that would mean, yes. YouTube Gaming, that little pop-up you gave me, I don't need it, and I know that things that are live, so if you could go the fuck away, I'd appreciate it, thank you. I won't lie, I'm a little bit worried about this descent profile. Let me take a look at this chart. Gilco isn't even on the chart. Let's see, Kearns is on the chart. Kearns is supposed to be 3,000. Gilco is not on the chart at all. Grieg, Gar, Boz. I don't see it. Oh, crap. It's not a bad looking descent, though. My concern is that over, 6 miles, I'm supposed to drop 3,000 feet. So maybe I'll change Gilco to 165 slash, oh, and there we go. 165 slash 0500. That seems more reasonable to me.
altimeter 3008.
3008. I don't care what you think about runways, I'm taking them when I want. Wait, what did he say for the pressure? 3008. 3008. And let's go ahead and hit this one while we're here. 3008. There we go. And what a way to go. What we don't know is there's the plus. There we go. 3008. Do you think I'm going to be able to make the descent in time? Yeah, I think I'm going to be able to now. I'm still in this descent profile. And it's an aggressive descent profile, but this is the one that the FMC came up with. I used the same numbers. Although I do need, not flaps, air brakes. All of the air brakes. Because, wow, why are you trying to descend like that? Why are you doing a 6,000 nautical mile, or a 6,000 foot per minute descent? Well, it just lost its damn mind. And now it's changing all of my speeds and my altitudes. And all of the work that I put into getting All of the work I put into, you know, punching down my numbers, it decided to throw away. And now I'm climbing. I know the FMC isn't always right. I just like it to handle my descent for me. Which caution is that? Air conditioning caution. That's not one I've seen before. I actually have no idea what... Oh, too fast of a descent. I'm not sure how to fix that. Packs on high, 3 circ fans on. In case it's the altitude horn. Clear the caution. And let's see if we can figure out what the airplane is doing right now. It is descending, and okay, so here you lost your right to do things. You go ahead and set this to there we go, 225. Auto throttle's still on. Altitude is good. Let's go ahead and flown to other airport in real life. I've flown to MSY, not to IAD. I guess I'll go ahead and get rid of the speed brake. I don't need that right now. And I'll just manually control the heading. Actually, no, lateral navigation looks fine. Vertical speed. I can't believe I'm doing a descent with the vertical speed knob. IH. I have not. Maybe I have. I don't know. Maybe I have. I can't tell you for sure. Let's see. Draft is not terribly far away, and I need to be at 9,900 feet, which is above where I am. That's why it was doing that, because it was confused. Oh. I am prior service. I was in the Army for years, and they flew me a ton of places. I'm just not always sure what those places were. I've forgotten a lot of it. That's pretty. Pretty clouds. Yep, so it has the lateral navigation fine. I'm gonna let it do that, but I'm personally going to handle the vertical navigation, and go ahead and slow that down. Other way. Because it's having a hard time maintaining the speed I want. So let's apply air brakes, and then let's take a look at the wings, because I love the look of air brakes. Which I know is a weird thing, but... Okay. And it's still accelerating. Why are you not decelerating? So auto throttle, even though it says it's on, it's not doing a damn thing. Oh, the speed button is off. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, BG fan. Although I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everyone else, because I'm a slightly disgruntled veteran. I didn't do it for you. I didn't know you at the time. I don't even really know you now. I joined the Army because I thought it was the right thing to do, and I still largely feel like it's the right thing to do for people. I gotta say, being a civilian is not... It's not fun. I don't like it. I make a lot more money now, certainly, but I think if I had the choice, if I didn't have the family that I have now, I would probably still be in the service. I'm gonna go flaps 1 because I'm below 250 knots, and it will help me keep my speed in check. My autopilot is flickering. Autopilot reset. I don't actually know what this dummy light means, but that's fine. I don't care what that dummy light means. not a bad day for a flight. A little bit cloudy, but that's okay. I don't really need to worry about icing, but at least I don't think I need to. 21 degrees, yeah, probably not. I have no idea what the dew point is, but it's warm enough that I'm not sure the dew point is going to matter much. Certainly don't agree with what the government is forcing our poor troops to do. I am not going to discuss a whole lot of politics during a channel about flight. There are certainly things that are worth agreeing with and things that are worth disagreeing with. And I have my agreements and disagreements as well, just across the board. The important part is to remember that the service members themselves are people, and as such, they deserve to be treated as such, or treated as people. I remember when I came back from my deployment, I spent a rather long time overseas carrying a big heavy gun around in the dirt. And I came back and I was drinking at a bar, and I'd been back maybe 3 weeks. And some random guy, I think he was from New Jersey, which explains a lot, called me a baby killer. And that just was not something I was prepared to hear. And obviously people have their own politics, and people are free to be as stupid as they want, but for fuck's sake, man, like, have some goddamn perspective. Yeah. I fought with him. I won. I don't condone violence, typically, but in that instance, it was well deserved. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, I guess I may as well turn on all my lights. We're not actually on our approach. We're actually kind of far away. Well, we're not that far away. This is set to 40 miles. So we're going to be doing rather a lot of flying level, really low to the ground, because I was a little bit overzealous with my descent. I think you freaked me out. How much longer to go before I land? According to this, I don't know, forever, but realistically, we've only got another 50 miles to go, and we are going at 225 knots, so if we take a look at this says that we're not going to get there. Oh, this actually updated. It says 10 minutes now. Okay, that would have been my guess. Actually, I need to make sure that I have my ILS set everywhere, so let's see, the ILS here, the frequency is 1097, 1097, that's good, that's good. Double check that the barrows match, 308, 3, they're different. And I'm going to say that it's probably this one that's wrong, because I wasn't looking at it very well. So... Oop, nope, come back down. 3078, not 10, 9. There we go. 3009. They match now. Go ahead and bring the chat back up. And let's see, what's my altitude? And where should I be? Legs. According to what I think, I should be at 9,000 feet, and I'm far below that, but that is sort of purposeful. And I'm just going to hold at 5,000 for Gilco. And then we'll begin another descent. Because I didn't like the look of the Gilco descent. It was, let's see, doing this one flight in the stream. I'm probably going to do just this one flight. I wasn't planning on flying this morning, but I had time. My family left. It was impromptu. I guess they thought it was promptu. They planned for it. I forgot that they were doing it. So I wasn't planning on doing a flight, but I saw the opportunity and I decided to take it. I may come back later on today and do another flight. I haven't decided. I may just do one offline, and I think my next flight's probably going to be the A320. But I'll tell you what, if I do another flight today, I will try to post it on Facebook a couple of hours in advance. And I'll also probably post something on the Facebook page, which, if you aren't familiar with that, there'll be a link to it in the description for this. Once the stream is done, I'll throw that link in. I'm trying to slowly find a way to give people a chance to interact, because quite frankly, the most fun that I have doing this, I love the flying, I love the procedure stuff, but it's the conversations that I get to have with people during the chats and just in general, in the comments. I really, really like that stuff. And while everyone dreams of making it YouTube big, I think I would be okay with having, 10 people that chatted with me all the time while flying, because that seems awesome. I don't necessarily, need the advertising money, although I am probably going to get my first advertising check this year, and I think that's interesting. But the more important bit certainly is I want to facilitate people. So I live stream. I try to do one live stream a week and then one pre-recorded video a week. And what that allows me to do is, do a live stream on the weekend and then put something out in the middle of the week as well. If you watch what I've been doing recently, if you look through my video history, that's a little bit stuttery, but I'll live. If you look through my video history, 2 weeks ago, or less than 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago today, was my birthday, and I was given a new gaming computer by a friend of mine. And so it took me rather a long time to figure out how to stream from this effectively, because it has a different type of video card. And so it just wasn't doing the DirectX 11 handoff to the video card properly, and it was very stuttery, and it hurt, and I got headaches from it, and everything was terrible. But let's see, at Gilco I want to be at 165. I think that's probably right. So long story short, I try to do one of each a week, and then I gave you a really long diatribe about why I didn't do it for the past 2 weeks, and I'm saying a lot, but that's how I do. That's the plan, that's the policy in general. Alright, and we are descending and slowing. Let's see, now I know with the Boeing, I can't tell if that's playing to the music or trying to maintain my speed. That's awesome. My 737 is also a drum player on the side, it turns out. He's playing the kick. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh, landing. So on this to auto land, I think I remember how to do it. I've got both flight directors on. Mine is the master. Auto throttle's on. When I get the ILS, I will know because I put this in approach mode. There we go. And that one is also in approach mode. Yeah. And I'm going to lower this down so I'm not looking at everything in the world. 286 for a course. 28, 28. You know, I can just click on it and type, and I always forget that in this plane. But it's one of the coolest things about this plane is you can just be like, I want to go 130. Did you see that? Did you see that? It definitely just, you know, thumped to the that little, I don't know, organ flourish. That's fantastic. X737, you just went up in my my esteem of you. And I can probably get rid of the air brakes now. I probably don't need those. Alright, and I am at 3,000 feet, and we're just sort of descending. And I can actually bring the flaps. Let's see, I can go, wow, all the way down to flaps 15? I'll do flaps 10. Flaps 2, 5, 10. Alright, and when I get to Kearns, I need to be at 3,000. I probably could have stayed up a little bit higher for a little bit longer. Whoa! That just seemed like an awful lot of red ticker tape coming down real quick. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alright, I don't need all of this junk, so airports, you can go away. And I'm going to keep your range up to 4D. Minimums, minimum 200 is fine. I theoretically should just look at the chart, but it's a beautiful day. It's clear enough that I can see runways. So, what is the ground? How far am I above ground level? It feels like I'm way lower than I am. That doesn't suck, actually. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, you know what? I want you to be at 3,000, thanks. I'd like you to hold at 3,000 until we get to Kearns. And then, we get to Kearns, I'll bring you down to 2,000 for Jepney, and there we should be able to intercept the glide slope. That'll make me happy. Although theoretically, long before that, we'll actually be, we'll be on the, ILS, and that'll make me happier. We're going 200. Wow, this is going to take a long... Well, not that long, I guess. Gilco is 22 miles, and then we have Kearns, Jepney, and then the runway. So we're looking at 22, 29, 30, about 40 miles away. At 200 knots, that's not a whole lot of time. In fact, we can do that math the easy way by hitting progress. And it is now... This doesn't match any of the fucking... That's the date. I've been looking at that, wondering what the hell. It's the date, not the time. Oh man, good job. Good job. Don't let anyone know. Don't let anyone know you're an idiot. Oh, that's great. Anyway, according to my watch, because I'm a dork and I have my watch set to Zulu time. It is... So 15 minutes left. Or, that seems actually like a really long time. Lots of lights, lots of flaps. And actually, yep. My spoilers are... Oh, no, that's not what I want. So, let's see. With Boeing, spoilers armed is 1/2 notch, or is a notch down, I think. And then with Airbuses, it's all the way forward. So it always confuses me, you know, because they're different directions. And now you know just a little bit more about me. I'm sure you feel special because of it. What's that say? Speed brakes extended. No, the speed brakes are armed, not extended, right? Let's actually look at the wing. Oh, I guess they are extended. Okay. Well, then how do I arm them? I don't know. Like I said, I know more about the A320 than I do the 737. You know what I would like, though? I would like Gilco. Gilco Kearns. So at Kearns, I want to be at 3,000. Kearns is 25 miles away. Let's go ahead and bump this out a bit. Gilco. Wow. So we're going to approach, make an incredibly steep right turn, and then make an incredibly steep left turn. And this is what speed you extend the first stage of flaps. So if you look over here, we have the flap limits, 250 knots. In fact, it's 250 knots all the way down to 10 notches, or 10 degrees, which is crazy, but awesome. And so I'm probably going to land this, I'm going to land it with full flaps. And I'm going to, I think we did the math out and it was like 116 at 40. I'm going to go probably 120, 122. Approach. Yeah. It's saying 40 degrees at 116, and that makes me nervous. So I'm probably going to do closer to, 125. Doesn't suck. I gotta say, I do need to get my clouds fixed, but it doesn't suck. Yeah, once we get there, I'll probably put it in vertical nav mode and, no, not vertical nav mode, maybe I will. 165/0300. Stick that in there, hit execute. Alright, so now I should actually be able to put it in vertical nav mode again and let it handle everything. It's going to slow me way down, which actually I probably don't want to do. Let's say 180/03000. Execute that. That seems less terrifying. So this is the part, FMC, where you come up, because that's 150, and that's not what anybody wants. Okay? Damn it. I have to friggin' intervene in the speed again. To 180. Thank you. And let's see, at 170 I can be at 25 on the flaps. 25? God damn. 25 on the flaps. This is the world's longest friggin' final approach. It's complaining because I have flaps 25 and I don't have my gear down. Well, that's because I don't want to put my gear down 40, 30, let's see, math, maybe 10, 15, and 12, 30 miles from the airport. Seems like a really long distance. Such a terrible approach. I blame the FMC. Blame the FMC. Well, if this wasn't such a slippery airplane, I'd crank this all the way up to 250. But it is legitimately relatively slippery. It's amazing that the flaps on the 737 can handle 250 knots. It kind of is. I mean, for those of you who in the future see this and don't really know what we're talking about, these metal tabs here on the back and across the front are, these are flaps, these are spoilers. Or actually, no, these are leading edge flaps. And basically what they do is they change your wing from a small, sleek, narrow, good at flying high and fast shape to a big, thick, fat, slow, very, very lifty shape. So in the air, the pilot actually reconfigures the shape of the wings based on how fast they're going and what they want to do. And the crazy thing is that on a 737, you can change the shape as dramatically as 10 degrees of flaps at 250 knots. That's insane. It's insane. And this is what happens when you are overzealous. Oh, you see that? Did you see that? I actually somehow got the glide slope without actually getting on the localizer. You know what? I think we're just going to go direct to Kearns right now. No, I want to go direct to Kearns. Execute. That's supposed to do direct, I thought. Direct, legs, Kearns, execute. I don't know what the little yellow thing is, but I want you to not do that anymore. Direct to, I could have swore that's how you did a direct on these. Kearns. Weird to have gotten the glide slope without the localizer. It's not terribly weird, I don't think. They're actually different radios. So the glide slope is at the back end of the runway, right? And it doesn't really care what or how far you are to the left or right of the runway. It only cares how high you are above it based on the angle that it's set to. And so if you look at this, I'm pretty close to the runway, but I'm also off to the side. And that's why I think that I caught the glide slope without getting a localizer. Now, as we come closer to Kearns, we should pick up the localizer. And, I mean, you'll be able to tell just by looking at this dot. I'm willing to bet that when Kearns is even with about this dot, we'll start to see the localizer. Oh, even more so, yeah. So as this purple dot moves, we're going to go ahead and put it in approach mode. And, ooh, do I have to do anything to... Shit, I can never remember with... Is it VOR and then approach? Alright, 737. We're about to find out if I'm in any way prepared to handle this shit. I think it's VOR and then approach mode. I think that's what it is. approach after it does the turn. And approach in an Airbus, it's approach for the localizer, and then ILS for the glide slope. In this, it's VOR for the localizer and approach for the glide slope. It's backwards, I think. And I'm getting a call from my wife, and I'm ignoring it because I'm busy. I love you. Sorry. Let's see, and at Kearns, I want to be down to about 150. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to 150. There we go. Thought VOR was only when you were issued vectors by ATC. No, it's actually, gear down. VOR is going to be used in this case to lock on to the localizer. Pretty sure that what it's complaining about is... I'm not sure what the hell you're complaining about, airplane, but it's friggin' annoying. It's not the altitude horn. Oh, it was complaining because the landing gear wasn't green. Let's see. 50. So I guess the question is, if I wasn't going to use VOR/loc, or VOR loc, what would I use to tell the airplane I want it to fly down the localizer signal? I don't know. But according to the forums, I believe I think this is the localizer, this is the glide slope. And then if we were given vectors, then we'd probably use heading select, right? Unless we were trying to actually fly with a VOR, in which case to fly the radial, we'd use VOR the same way. I've got the course set to 286, which is telling the airplane to fly on the 286 radial of the VOR, if it were a VOR, but because it's a localizer, it only has this one course, right? And of course we're going super duper slow, which means we theoretically should have all kinds of time to try this out and see if we got it right, and to fix it when we broke things. Let's see if I was right. Let's see if this bar is actually going to stay right on the waypoint where we turn towards the runway. Dusseldorf. I wonder if I can change this out for airports I give a shit about. Everyone always seems to be up in arms about how great Dusseldorf is, but like, I want to be able to put in Denver. Hey, Den. You know? The 777, there's an actual localizer button, which you hit until you establish a localizer, then you hit approach. Okay. That, to me, makes sense, right? Like, I want you to fly on the localizer, so you use the localizer button. And then once you're on the localizer, you hit the button that says, I now want to be on, the glide slope. I'm going to set this to 286 too. Oh, shit. Go away. Oh shit, no, the approach course is I don't know why I said that before, but this is 267. Shit. Stop it. Keep doing that. God damn. I'll bring my chat back up. 777 is more fly-by-wire, whereas the 737 is not. That's true. That is damn true. I should be able to crank this way down, I think. Actually, at 150 knots, I could be full flaps, although it seems weird to be flying with the flaps all the way down like that when I don't need to be. And there is the glide slope. I'm worried that I'm going to have to hit approach before I want to, but come on, fuchsia line, just move. Just wiggle a little bit. Do anything. Alright, that's good. I'll take that. Same goes with Airbus. Yeah, I know. Alright, and now I'm on the glide slope, and I'm on the approach. There we go. Approach. Both APs. Not close enough for both APs yet, apparently. Because we are not established on the approach. Glide slope. VOR. Yep, I'm happy with where we are. I think good things are happening. Actually, can I do an auto land if I'm not letting it control the speed? Never tried that. I wonder. Now that we are... Drop the flaps a little bit more. You can see where... That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I don't know if you noticed what it did, but it turned before we got to Kearns. And now is flying for Jepney. Sad to see the flight is already over. I've already enjoyed watching it. Well, I'm glad. Single channel. Fantastic. Now I'll throw you in double channel. And you can do whatever the hell you want to get us on the ground, airplane. It is entirely up to you. Except for I'm going to control the speed and the flaps. And I'm going to use auto braking, which means you're going to do even more. So basically, airplane, I want you to do all the work. VG Fan, like I said, I'm going to try to do one a week live, and then obviously the ones that I record and distribute otherwise. I'm always looking for someone to be, in the video and give me something to do other than just flying, because as much as I love to fly, it is a little bit boring to do it by myself. I feel like it's a vacuum, and it's better with people in it. So, and also, I'm gonna throw it out there. The green landing, approach line for Boeing, it really looks a lot like a green penis, and that concerns me a great deal. Green penis. So, anyway, notice that in my last flight, because I'm an adult. And I am a professional, damn it. And I'm going to land at 125, although we are... Where's my DME? Where's my DIMI? 9.4. Oh, you know what, VG Fan? Do me a favor, and if you're going to watch my videos on YouTube, don't watch anything older than maybe a year back. Because everything older than that sucks. I was still trying to figure out who the hell I was and what I wanted to do. Oh, are we actually going to get on the localizer? The radio altimeter is alive. That's good. You can watch whatever the hell you want. Just recognize that I'm obviously different now than I was then. Come on, little purple line. Purple line with the green tip. Yep. It's good music for landing, I gotta say. So see, what runway is that? Is this? Yeah, that's our runway. That's not our runway. See, Autoland is not flying this approach the way I would have flown this approach. Autoland is flying this approach. You already watched all my videos, and even the older ones weren't as good. Oh man. Well, crap. I guess I need to make some new ones. Autoland is not flying this approach the way I would, and the weather is bad enough here actually that I can see the runway, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the real world, I had to fly down to the minimums to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell this to slow down to... I think I'm comfortable with 130 knots for this landing. 130 knots. And there's my full flaps. And just because it's friggin' awesome to watch, I love the look of an airplane with flaps all the way down, landing gear out. That is probably going to be the image for this video, I think. And I think we just passed the outer marker. Okay, I mean, it's probably going to get us to the runway. Probably. Probably. Is payware scenery for KIAH. This is the freeware version. I own Austin. I do not own... there we go. I own Austin, which actually is very nice. I do not own the payware for this. I didn't know there was a payware for this. If there is, I like this area. I like flying along the coast of Texas well enough that I may buy it if it's a thing. Oh, and there's the wobble. There's the approach wobble. There's the approach wobble. What causes it? Who knows? It's the approach wobble. And now it wants to flare. So I'm ready to flare. Well, I would be ready for you to line up on the fucking runway too. So let's start with that. God damn it. Heading select. I want you to fly the heading. Can you fly the heading for me? Oh, and we're far enough along that I am too close and I cannot turn off the auto land. Are you gonna let the plane auto land? I'm gonna have to take over. I mean, I guess we could see what happens if we let it do this and still try to carry out the auto land. That just seems really terrifying to me, because look at this friggin' roll. This is that bug, and I love the plane otherwise, but it's really, really hard for me to deal with that. Put it in approach mode, it locks onto the ILS, or at least it should be locked onto the ILS at this point, although I guess that would mean everything was green. And I thought maybe it'll, level out when it gets closer, it'll sort of figure out what it's doing. I rode this down to like 50 above the other day, and it was still doing it. Do a barrel roll. Command. Yeah, I know, you're super upset. Oh my god, someone had the nerve to turn you off. No, come on. Back to the right. Back to the right. And I don't need heading select, thank you. Whoa, come on. Just remember who's in charge here, airplane. Come on. Is my yaw damper on? Because boy howdy would I like it. Alright, let's get the roll back under control. Come on. Okay. Whoa! I did not command that roll to the left. Which means apparently we have some weather. Oh, and I'm below the glide slope a little bit. And of course, I can't control the throttle because I have auto throttle on. So in the most unintuitive method or manner ever, I actually do have to control my descent with my nose, with my attitude. If it's as temperamental as the X737, I'm not sure. This is such a new plane that I'm sure the issue is all bug related, and it's It'll get fixed. I'm not too worried about it. Alright. I guess we're gonna land from here. Alright. Nose her down just a little bit. I gotta say, so on my desk I have everything set up as sort of a backwards Airbus setup. I guess it would be an Airbus setup if I was the first officer. But basically I've got my stick off to the right, but it's way off to the side instead of in front of me. And it makes it weird, but kind of cool to be able to fly and sit here and do this like this. Ding ding. Maybe it's not the machine, maybe it's the operator. Nah, believe me, I have wondered if how badly I'm screwing this up several times. And I'm high, and I want to be a little bit slower, and I'm way high. I'm a dot high. I don't want to dive like that. I'm obviously not centered the way I want to be on the runway, but that at least I can blame on the autopilot. A little bit of right rudder. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the flight director, turn off the auto throttle, and we're over the fence. This is a really, really short runway from this angle. It feels like it's taking me forever to get down. Throttle reduced. Flaps are full, gear is down. And according to the lights, I'm still on the glide slope. And dear dummy lights, if you'd be so kind as to fucking shut off. Yes, I get it. Everything is turned off. I'm doing this all by hand. So if you'd be so kind as to stop blinking in my fucking face. Oh, shit. Come on. Give me a little bit more elevator. Shit, come on. Come on. Middle marker. Alright. No, don't accelerate too much. Come on. Come on, rudder that nose around. A little bit of left. It doesn't feel like I'm going 120 knots, does it? It really does not. Alright, a little bit more throttle. Come on, center up, center up, center up. Center up. No, don't nose down like that. And of course, I don't have any really good way to trim this. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm a little under speed. And we're down right on the friggin' stall horn. Reverser's on. And let's go ahead and take a look at our airspeed. Reversers, reversers, reversers. It did look like 20 knots, didn't it? Alright, down to 80 knots, reversers off. The auto brake works by hitting the fucking parking brake? Oh, that shit's hilarious. Is that really what it does? That is hilarious. Oh man. That's hilarious. Oh, I love you, Boeing. I love you for being just insane. Alright, flaps up. Come on, if you'd be so kind as to accelerate. The thrust is at full, and yet I am fully stopped. And now I'm turning sideways and back. Oh, I know what's going on. My reversers are on. I swear I toggled those. There we go. That was interesting. Like, why is the plane being dragged off the runway? Well, it's because I'm a dum-dum. That's because I wanted to, you know, do a three-point turn to get back to that taxiway back there. Come on. Yeah, we're not gonna take off, so you can shut the fuck up. I'm allowed to do 22 knots on the runway. Fucking reversers. You get an awesome landing like that, and then the reversers decide that they want to deploy a little more than you wanted them to, and make you look like a complete idiot, which, to be fair, I am, right? Still, I love that they use frickin' the parking brake for the auto brake. Oh, Boeing. I love you, Boeing. You're so quirky. Alright, I've got everything off, off. Alright, and... back out we go. And a little bit of a power slide as we taxi off the runway. And actually, is that United right there? Oh, fuck yeah. I'll be taking that little spot, thank you very much. Alright, VG fan, where should I go next? I'm gonna leave from the same airport. I do try to do actual, you know, hops from one place to the other, and I'd prefer something, say, no longer than 2 hours. Think about what you want, and you know, go ahead and throw it on the Facebook group or something, and I'll fly the next flight with you. We'll schedule it up. We'll do it up. It'll be a grand time. And are there terminals here? Do I have Autoland for this airport? Or not Autoland, Autogate. Yes, I do. Okay, good. Seems like an awfully small gate for a 737, but I'm gonna make it work. See, I don't think these match the, yeah. Like, that's supposed to be what I line the plane up with, but that goes through. You know what? No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, I fucked that up, so we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna say that we were planning on parking over here to begin with, near JetBlue, just because. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can park. We'll take this gate. We just need to not run into total fuel trucks. As soon as you're about to end the live stream, a couple more people showed up. What? There are other people here? Well, sorry guys. Unfortunately, my wife is on the way home, and that means that lunch is coming, and it also means that I have to mow the lawn. So, y'all are gonna have to put up with the fact that you can make requests on the YouTube channel or in the Facebook channel, but you're not gonna be able to watch me do anything more today. And I'm not even close. There we go. What do you think? There we go. Autogate thinks I'm sort of centered. And there we go. And a little bit more. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. And stop. There we go. And parking brake. Kill the engines. And that should cause the gate to come. And it is. There we go. It's Let's go ahead and open the doors so people can get out. Left forward door. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and by ladies and gentlemen I mean basically just VG fan, thank you for watching my flight. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. If you're interested in getting in on the incredibly stupid conversations that I managed to find myself in the middle of, mostly from my own stupidity, nothing against VG fan, feel free to, check us out on Facebook. We also have a obviously the YouTube channel that you're on, and a webpage that I haven't really told anyone about, but I've been writing articles for. It's iamnabil.com. Feel free to go there and read about all of my not really related, but mostly related flighty, but not necessarily sim flighty stuff. Hope you all have a good time, and I will see you guys in a week or something like that.